So we also have in studio amazing Remax agent from South Carolina, Bob Tompkins. How are you, man?
Doing really good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Glad to have you here. We just recorded a podcast for you.
Yes,
your podcast in here. So it's like you get to record one, I get to record one, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Helping each other out.
There you go.
Each other's backs.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, why not? We're in the studio here. Let's do some recording, right?
That works.
Right on. Hey, for those of you that don't know, Bob is like the kind of the universal celebrity here. One of the universal celebrities for Remax. I'm gonna play the beginning of a music video that Bob just started here. So, familiar sounding song.
So for those of you who are listening, Bob made a music video, wrote his own lyrics about selling homes, being a real estate agent.
That's right.
To the recent country hit, Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. Country rap crossover.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, country rap. I don't understand the whole country rap thing.
It's weird, but it's fun.
Oh yeah, I've heard this song like 800 times because I listen to Bobby Bones in the morning, and he always, it's a country music. It's anyhow, it's a great song, and this in and of itself kind of demonstrates your marketing prowess.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, you're a marketer.
I like to think so.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do in real estate, right? Is
100%.
But it really what it does is it personalizes you to the community. So speaking of personalizing yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, Bob.
Live in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Been selling real estate for 3 years now, but grew up in a real estate family. So both my parents are realtors. We don't need to mention the company they work for, but
it will be Remax soon.
Soon, Mom.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, we're gonna get them over here eventually. But so grew up in a real estate family. Started doing it 3 years ago. I was bartending before that, so always been dealing with people, working with people. So kind of followed my parents' footsteps. Honestly thought I could be better than them at it. So that's why I took a crack at it. And it's been good.
That's awesome.
It's been good so far.
And you have no personality whatsoever, right?
Not at all.
None.
No.
Okay.
Completely deadpan.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So it's speaking of no personality. I mean, you're really active online, man.
I try to be.
I mean, that's you. You document your life and you come up with these ideas and you talk to people a lot. Yep. You sit in bars and podcast or broadcast or whatever with customers or restaurants. And I mean,
Yep.
I mean, I think you stay at this. I mean, you're nearly a celebrity where you live, or you pretty much are.
I don't want to call myself a celebrity at all, right. But people do seem. I mean, people know me.
We'll say you're popular.
I'm popular. Yeah, high school term. I like that.
Hey, do you know Bob? Oh yeah, yeah, I do. So, how do you think this helps your business?
Exposure. I think the fact that people see me, they don't think of other realtors. And that's really the plan in marketing all along, is that they think of me when they think about real estate. So the fact that I'm on their news feeds, every day, every other day, I'm interacting with them on social media. I'm out in the general public. I'm not just, closed up at my house. I think that those things, really push the brand to where it brings you business organically.
Right.
To where I don't have to sit at the house and cold call. I don't have to show up and knock on expired's doors, because I'm getting the exposure organically.
So you're not going, hey, can I be your real estate agent? People are coming to you going, hey, I saw you on social media, or I know you've been around the community. Can you help me with this?
I've never called an expired. And I think in my first 2 weeks in real estate, I called like 4 or 5 for sale by owners, and I haven't done it since.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't ask for business. Business tends to come through me, or come to me through, social media or through referrals. Pretty organically.
Okay. So speaking of social media, what platforms are you on? Just, break it down for us real quick.
So, I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I know Facebook best. So Facebook's where I really, make my living. Instagram, I kind of dabble in it. I'm trying to learn it more, but I mean, it's a big transition. It's a big step from Facebook because Facebook has become very much a video platform.
Right.
And Instagram is now becoming more of a video platform through live. But I mean, it's for the most part been a picture platform, and I don't know how to take pictures.
you know, we're on Instagram Live right now.
Yeah, I know
right,
that.
right?
I
Yeah.
know. So I'm learning Instagram on the go.
On the fly.
On the fly.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Kayla behind the camera here. Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
Social media manager back there, extraordinaire. So, all right. So I got another question for you here, Bob.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we talked a little bit about this, this whole online marketing thing.
Right.
Do you think that you're inspiring others to do this? Have you seen any evidence of that?
I hope so.
Okay.
I mean, with the music video, it was kind of obvious that I was. I probably received around 100 texts from different agents.
That's
and for anyone who doesn't know, the video has gone viral.
Yeah,
But
it
you're
has,
almost at 1 million views.
right now
on
it's
the
just
video.
north of 800,000.
Yeah, which is crazy.
and how long has it been out?
1 week.
800,000 views in 1 week.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's crazy. We didn't anticipate that happening at all.
Right.
But, I mean, it blew up. And, yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of people messaging me, asking me for advice, asking me, like, what equipment I use to film my videos. And I've had to explain to them that one was professionally produced.
Okay.
But all my other videos, I have my own equipment that I do use. But I hope I'm inspiring other people. I try to be as much of an open book as possible to them. When people reach out to me and ask for advice, I try and, tell them what I know. It's funny to me because I'm only 26 years old. I don't expect people to be coming to me for real estate advice, but
they are.
But they are.
Well, you know what you're doing. I mean, it's
Yep.
you've aligned yourself with a company that you got a brand.
Yep.
You're building your own brand.
Yep.
Also, I mean, you've already been on ESPN and USA Today and all these other things for your beer can tower at,
Exactly.
at the Cubs game.
Exactly.
But I just think it's cool that you're vulnerable, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just try and be myself.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's the most important thing. I think so many people in real estate, it's kind of like the old school, like back in the 80s and 90s, how realtors, it was always in a suit.
Right.
You had to dress a certain way. I mean, I'm meeting the CEO of Remax wearing a hat. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm always myself. I'm unapologetically myself. So it's like the music video would have never happened if I'd have tried to align myself with old school business principles because I wouldn't have done something like that.
Wow.
It was too edgy.
So, I mean, where did you learn to do all this? Did you read a book or did somebody come up to you and go, hey, Bob, you need to work on your personal branding? Or, I mean, what was the trigger here that it got this whole thing going?
So I'll give a couple shout outs because there's a couple people that have absolutely been influential to me.
Okay.
I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk is number one as far as building your personal brand.
Okay.
Ricky Carruth is a big time influencer
Yep.
on me as far as, being relational with clients. So I think really pulling from those two guys the most and learning like brand and relationships and mixing those together has been what has helped me the most.
Wow. Awesome. And Ricky, just giving you a shout out there, buddy. I don't know, you were just put in the same, particular space as Gary V. So
Yeah, we just had Ricky on the show.
So at R4, the video summit, we sat next to each other.
Okay.
And I told him he was going to be the Gary V of real estate. So I definitely think highly of the man.
he's a good dude.
He is.
Good dude.
I had a question because not only have you made this cool music video, but I've seen some really cool showing videos as well, where you kind of show a property and,
Yeah, so that was an idea I had that I think the more tech that real estate becomes, the less important the physical showing is, that people are going to want to look online, be able to see the entirety of the home. I don't necessarily love, the picture walkthroughs. I don't think it gives you a full experience of the house. So I kind of developed this thought process that was like, hey, when I have my next listing, I'm going to actually walk them through and show them. I'll give another shout out because Brian Tessier beat me to it. I had the idea I was going to do it, and then I'm on Facebook one day scrolling, and there he was doing the exact same thing. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
Brian's a good dude.
He's great.
I love the competition that's going on here between all the guys on and ladies, all the Remax people that are trying to push each other to do more with the video.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think competition makes you want to be better.
Oh yeah.
So I see somebody have a great idea, and I'm like, I got to one up this guy. I want to be that guy.
Here's the most interesting part about this though. So you're not, when it comes to, videotaping, doing the walkthrough and things like that, you're not really stepping out of your way to do this. You're just documenting what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, we basically just bring a camera along.
And that, I mean, that goes back to Gary Vee's principles of you don't have to, have a production studio and lighting and all this other craziness. Just pull out your phone and document what the heck you're doing, and people will go, all right, I get it, because they want to see it from your perspective.
Right, exactly. Now, I mean, I think there has to be a level of professionalism to the video. No offense, live, but I don't love live, just because I think that it's in the moment and it's not as professionally documented as something like this podcast is a much higher level of production. And I think people enjoy watching that more. You get more circulation on those videos.
Well, you also, and let's be frank, when you go look at a house the first time ever, when you're getting ready to list it, things like that, there are some things that people they have laying around or something like that they don't necessarily want the public to see before they've been able to clean up their house and prepare it for the listing.
Right.
So you gotta be respectful of that.
You do. But I mean, I'm not going to film the video until they've gotten that out of the house.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot to empty the bathtub. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We typically, once we've got the house staged, we film those videos about 3 days before we list them. Okay. At the same time, the photographer takes all the pictures.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. My videographer has about a 48-hour turnaround time.
Wow.
On his video. Well, he does it for me. But
that's a quick videographer.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, these are, I think, for him, simple cuts. So he prioritizes them. So, I mean, it works well for both of us.
Okay. Yeah. Right on. So, advice that you have for other agents, how can this help your business? How have you seen this help your business? Is it a necessity, table stakes, barrier to entry, things like that? If people aren't doing this, what's your recommendation to them?
Well, I mean, I think that it absolutely is necessary. I think if people aren't doing it, they're going to see themselves kind of phase out of the business. I mean, it's a long-term game. Doing video is not going to bring you instant results because it's about, developing a relationship online with the consumer. But if you're not doing it, then odds are you're relying on other avenues, which is you're probably buying leads, or you're, cold calling. And, the more relational the business gets, I mean, it already is hyper relational. People already don't like cold calls. They already don't, if you're cold calling them, they didn't want you to work with them anyways.
Right.
So, I mean, those business models aren't going to be as successful as we move forward. And I hate buying leads, because if you buy leads, you're dependent on another company to provide that to you. So if they ever go out of business, or if they ever hike their rates up, or the market crashes, you're kind of left, with nothing to do. So
you don't know how to fish if somebody keeps handing you a fish, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, and the biggest thing, with video, it's really not that hard. I mean, I started doing video probably 1.5 years ago, but everything I did was on my phone. I just recorded from my phone. It wasn't until like January that I actually got professional equipment and I've seen a lot better results with the professional equipment, but it wasn't until then that, I took that leap. But it was predicated on the success I'd already had just filming from my phone.
So real quick, what kind of professional equipment are you using? You have a microphone and a decent camera?
Yeah, so I have 2 Audio-Technica mics that I use for podcasting.
Okay.
If I'm doing something for my house, I just use one of them. I have a Sony Handycam. It's a 4K camera, but I mean, it's relatively inexpensive because it's a Handycam. And then, that's really about it. I mean, I've got my computer.
What are you editing on? What software?
Adobe.
Okay.
It's the simplest, and it has the most. You can do the most with it. So
Apple or Microsoft guy?
I'm Microsoft.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I had an Apple, I'd probably use a different platform.
I'm just trying to answer all the questions for everybody out there. Yeah. Okay. So you have a podcast also, which obviously we just recorded. Has that helped your business? And what kind of results do you see from that? Because you do it on the run. I mean, you go to restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. I meet people wherever they're willing to meet me. So, I've seen good results out of it. I've noticed that the viewers that I get on it tend to be more in the market for buying a home. They're more, interested in that content, where I do other videos where I literally eat food on camera with a lender that I work with. So, those obviously get much higher view counts because people want to watch it. It's enjoyable to watch. But I'm still seeing between 500-600 views on my podcast, which is really incredible when you think about it. You don't expect to get that sort of viewership.
What's the name of your podcast? Where can we find it?
So Real Talk, on my Facebook business page, it's at better call Bob Tompkins. So if Buy with Bob wasn't available, so I had to go that way. So I mean, if you want to look it up, you can go on Facebook. I'm working on getting it on Spotify and iTunes, but for the moment, it's just really on Facebook Watch.
Cool. Okay.
So it works well.
Right on. All right. So let's do the fast five here. We have 5 questions that will help you with your dietary needs.
Okay.
So the start with a win fast 5. How do you define starting your day with a win, Bob?
I make the first phone call. I mean, it's to me the most important thing. Develop that first. I mean, whether it's a Facebook message or a text, you got to start communicating with people.
So start touching your customers immediately.
Immediately.
Okay.
Immediately. Because to me, a lot of people have their phones on them before they get to work. So at 7, 8 o'clock, they're going to reply to text, and a text isn't really that. It's not in your face. It's not waking you up. So they just wake up, they see a text, they know that you care, and then you kind of knock that out of the park to start your day.
Yeah, I think most people check their text messages before their feet get out of bed.
They do.
That's crazy.
Yep. So if you think about that, you're in front of them before they're out of the bed.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Favorite book?
Oh, favorite book. Oh, it's funny. I don't really read. I love Crushing It by Gary Vee.
All right.
I'm going to give him another shout out.
That's a good one. I like that one. A lot of good use of social media for success stories in there.
Absolutely.
All right. You have a favorite quote? Oh, man. You can make one up if you want.
Well, I mean, who was it that said never give up?
I know Dave Lineker said that before, but
I think a lot of people have said it.
Yeah.
I don't know if any. Oh, okay. So Vince Lombardi.
Yeah, he said never give up.
But he also said nothing. What is it? Perfect, or practice doesn't make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect.
Okay.
So you have to practice perfectly.
I like that.
In order to do it perfectly in the marketplace.
All right. And who inspires you?
I mean, that's a long list. Probably more than anybody is going to be my father. So shout out to Dad. I literally have his initials tattooed on the inside of my arm.
Very cool.
Inspires everything that I do.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Bob Tompkins.
Absolutely.
Amazing RE/MAX agent from South Carolina. Today on Start With a Win, talking about social media. So,
absolutely,
ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next time on Start With a Win.